What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and today we're going to talk about the coronavirus that it has been actually picking up in positive cases across Arizona. Give you some information about what I'm seeing down here in the southeast Phoenix area, and also give you guys some additional information about what to expect and how this may affect your move or may affect your daily life if you're living here in Arizona. And also, I'm going to talk about the masks that I use. There are links in the description to surgical masks, which you can get within the next 6 days. If you're really in a pinch and you're running out of masks, you can order bulk. There's also a link to this one right here, which is the one that I use. It has an N95. See, the difference between a surgical mask and N95, according to the experts, because I'm no expert, no medical expert, I'm just a guy who knows Arizona. N95s, they prevent you from spraying if you're a carrier, and then also the N95 supposedly helps you from breathing in certain particulates, whereas the surgical mask does help with that, but it's not guaranteed. But just to show you, if you wanted to get this right here, you kind of put it behind your ear, right, and just buckles down, and then you can change out these. So they come with these right here, which are interchangeable. Obviously, you may need to get more of these as time goes by, but these are interchangeable. So the thing that I don't like about these masks personally is that I feel like when I'm breathing in that whatever's in there, I just feel like it kind of makes my throat kind of raspy, which makes me even more concerned thinking I'm sick or whatnot. But the reason I bring this up is because Governor Ducey did say that each municipality across Phoenix or across Arizona is going to be allowed to make that decision as to whether or not they want to require people to wear a mask or not. And so we've talked about this subject on the channel a couple times, and I think that no matter who you are, whether you feel like it's being blown out of proportion or whether you feel like it's a big deal, everyone should be taking necessary precautions. And some of the things that I do personally, just as an average Joe out there, is I have this mask. I have other masks in the house. I obviously have hand sanitizer. I have the Germex. If you guys wanted to get this right here, the hard thing about getting hand sanitizer before was it was sold out. I got the big bottle, which I use in my office. I have these little ones I have in my car, and I'm actually getting ready to create a like a kit to carry around with me in my car, which is going to be basically like an everyday carry, things that I have on me every single day. One of the other things that I did, which as a backup is get bandanas. I got this bag of bandanas. It did take a while. I got it on Amazon. When you're on Amazon, you can also order the stuff over there too. Just look for bandanas. The problem is it might not be able to get to you soon enough. Thanks to 14 people who crushed the likes. So when it comes to the data about COVID-19, Arizona, Florida, and California are definitely becoming hotspots for the spread, which is kind of concerning a lot of people because they thought that in the summertime, they thought that Arizona would be, a place that would be pretty much doing great in the summertime because viruses typically spread in cold weather, not in the summer. Well, that's proving to be incorrect because there's a lot of new cases right now. So no matter who you are and what side of the spectrum you stand on, you're going to discover that these new cases coming about are, they're happening. I've talked to people who work in hospitals. They're concerned that they were exposed. So nurses are getting scared that they were exposed because of these additional hospitalizations that are kind of just picking up literally like overnight. So it's going from like talking to nurses saying no real uptick, they hear about it, to all of a sudden hearing, well, whoa, it's all of a sudden here. So you are hearing about COVID-19 hospitalizations continuing to hit records. Arizona in general, if you just want the data, confirmed cases 41,159. This is updated as of 2 days ago, so it's not exactly up to date. This is on Google News. Recovered 6,715 and 1,252 deaths. Now, keep in mind, people could already have the antibody or could already be immune, kind of building up an immunization to COVID-19 because not everyone's been tested. I personally have not been tested. I don't know anyone who's been tested, actually. Well, yeah, I do. I know people who've been tested. Okay, so a lot of people still haven't been tested. I know a lot of people who say, well, I was really sick in January, I may have had it then. I know people who said, oh, I was really sick in March, I may have had it then. When I tried to get tested back in March, basically I couldn't even get a test. So it just didn't exist. But that was when maybe I had a little bit of a dry cough. So, I mean, you're getting a lot of different experiences. But when it comes to taking the necessary precautions, I mean, seriously, you don't want to stand within 6 feet to people because they could spray. You know, when people talk, people have lisps, people spit when they talk. I mean, those are the people you're definitely like 6 feet away from me, please. Actually, can we make it 20 feet? Seriously, if you're around someone and you see spitting when they're talking, you know, I'm not saying be rude to them, because sometimes spit flies out people's mouths and they don't, it's not intentional. It's not like they're doing it on purpose. It's just, you know, that's why you're supposed to keep a 6 foot distance. So, anyway, you know, we're seeing this deal here. It's COVID tracking across the country. Some of these states have been locked down. They're not seeing the spread that California has been locked down, but it's still seeing quite the surge. Even out here in Santan Valley, the sheriff who vowed not to enforce Arizona's coronavirus restrictions, now he's tested positive. Now, I don't know the exact case behind his situation. His name's Sheriff Lamb. Some of you guys know about him. He's kind of like a national celebrity, I think, because he's got a TV show where he goes around and he's on the TV show. But the thing is, I guess the reason he got tested, not because he showed symptoms. This is hearsay. I don't have the full story, so please don't quote me on this. But from what I understood is he was going to meet with the president, so he had to get tested before he was going to meet with the president. And when it was discovered that he was coronavirus, I guess he's asymptomatic, but he's a carrier of it, or I don't know if he's experiencing symptoms because I'm not around him. But you can follow him on Twitter, Sheriff Lamb. So he's the sheriff out here in Pinal County. He's kind of like a celebrity. Now, when it comes to what's Governor Doug Ducey saying, he's tweeting out today, like 1 hour ago. He's talking about other things. Like, it's weird. Like, this is the first time we saw the governor even wear a mask. And today he's like 1 hour ago, he said Arizona will continue to take smart, responsible approach to water. Use of Colorado River water in 3 states of the river's lower basin fell to a 33-year low in 2019. So to everyone who's concerned about the water levels, that's another thing. He retweeted the information about the fire. So, I mean, even though this is happening, the governor is not really like setting off some sort of alarm. I mean, he's really just mostly talking about fires on his Twitter. He did retweet something from the Arizona Cardinals. That's our football team out here. You could see Arizona Cardinals, go Cardinals, right? Where they're talking about wearing the mask. They're wearing surgical masks because, again, sometimes wearing the mask is said to not just be about protecting yourself, but protecting others, because you could be an asymptomatic carrier of the virus, right? So that's why they say to wear a mask. Another thing that's kind of interesting that I think is interesting is I was looking at Mike Pence and Donald Trump, even on their news press conferences. I still haven't really ever seen them wearing masks. And the way I kind of look at it is, you know, I want to make educated decisions. I want to listen to what the experts are saying, but I also want to be an independent thinker on my own and be able to formulate my own risk assessments. But I find it interesting that the two highest, you know, the people who are privy to the highest level of information in the land, the president, I mean, they get the access to all of the secret information, right? How come they're not wearing masks, right? So I'm like, you would think if it was the next bubonic plague, they would be wearing masks, or if it was really a bad thing, they would be wearing masks, but they're not. It's not that I don't think I know coronavirus is real. There's no doubt about the COVID-19 virus being real. It's just I'm interested to know why they don't wear masks, and you know, so that catches my attention. It's not that I feel like they're setting a bad example. I'm just wondering why they don't think it's dangerous enough to wear a mask. So anyways, I see some comments coming in here. Dano said, do you think any industries will be shutting down? Home construction. As far as I can see, the home construction continues to plug on hardcore out here in Santan Valley, especially. I mean, they're building so much out here in Santan Valley right now that literally every road has a new construction development with like 500 homes being built. It's I mean, I've never seen in my life, in all of Arizona, I've never seen a building boom like I'm seeing out here in Santan Valley. Literally, you go from Empire to Riggs to Combs to Gansel to Ironwood, all the way up to Ocotillo, all the way up to Eastmark and Cadence and Mesa. New home developments everywhere, and it's not stopping. So your question is about that. They just keep on building. I mean, the builders do not appear to be disgruntled about it. Lori Gibbons says, right, because there is an okay, I'm not going to say anything about conspiracy. It's not that I'm discounting any of that. I literally don't want to tap into any of that because that's a controversial subject. Also on our group Living in Arizona, there was some people, if you guys are a member of Living in Arizona on Facebook, our group, we've now got over 8,000 members. If you're not already there, you can join us over there. But there was some hate speech that was taking place over there. And, obviously I got a real full-time job. I can't just be policing the group all the time. But if you're in the group and you see someone saying hateful comments about people's race, ethnicity, or gender, or even their sexual orientation, and if you say something that's hateful, you will have to be banned, period. You make a racist comment, you're out. You make a comment about someone's sexuality, you're out. Save that for another page. Say that for another world. You go do that somewhere else, not on the Living in Arizona page, because number one is we believe that everyone in Arizona is equal. We believe that everyone in Arizona is friendly, okay? No matter where you come from, for real. And that's just the mantra that I've always believed as a person. And I also want to see that here in Arizona. So if you have any sort of hate, it's just not going to fly in our group. You do that somewhere else, but not with us. And it's not that, I'm trying to put people down or make people, I'm not trying to give a self-righteous position or a social justice warrior. I'm just saying, if you say hateful things like racist comments, you're out. So, but if you haven't already joined our group over there, Living in Arizona, you're more than welcome to. And when you're there, have cordial, respectful conversations with people. You're allowed to disagree. You're allowed to have an opinion. It's when you say something hateful that offends somebody, that's where we have to draw the line, because people, they don't like that. They don't feel comfortable in an environment where people are just, saying hurtful, hateful things. You can disagree with somebody, but you don't have to be offensive. So that's kind of where we're at with that. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video go live. I'm really looking forward to the day when we can go back to doing videos where we don't have to talk about all the issues going on around us. I'm looking forward to moving on beyond the election, because I feel like in between now and the election, things are just going to keep getting more and more hostile. I mean, really, it's like I don't really see any hope between now and November. I'm like, can November get here soon enough so we can get on to the next year? And even 2021, I'm going to keep my guard up. And if 2021 doesn't get any better, then I'm just going to probably just disconnect from the whole internet and move to the hills and just say, hey, if you're a friendly person, I don't care where you're from. If you're a friendly person and we get along, that's all that matters. Like, right? Like, I'm not trying to be a self-righteous. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying that, like, this whole drama thing, it's too stressful for me. I don't got the time for it. I don't got the energy. It hurts my stomach. It hurts my brain, my stomach, my everything. Like, just even the COVID thing is just, the whole thing is just really stressful for me. So anyways, thanks to the 22 people who crushed up the likes. Lori says, why not ever mention Cottonwood? Well, Cottonwood, I'm going to make a video about Cottonwood. You can consider that coming up. Okay. Cottonwood's coming up. Someone is also asking about Gold Canyon. That's coming up. And I still owe you guys a video about Apache Junction. So anyways, just wanted to make this quick video. Thanks to the 26 people who crushed up the likes. That's all I ask of you, is that you crush up likes. Oh, wow. We've got a lot of comments just flowing in all of a sudden. No, because there is a comic hero character named Snow. Okay. And then David says, word on the street, the recession is here and the housing market is busting. You always have that that's always kind of on the horizon, is the housing market bubble. It's just like anything. I mean, it's like everything's a risk in life. Every time you get in the car, it's a risk. You go out to a restaurant in COVID-19 times right now, it's a risk. I mean, you got to take necessary precautions if you're going to be a home buyer, if you're going to be a investor in the stock market, if you're going to do anything, you have to calculate your risk. Even if you start a business, there's no guarantee that your business is going to succeed. I mean, even if you get a cat, there's no guarantee. I have a cat right there. You see the cat? He's sleeping. Okay. There's no guarantee that he's going to be a friendly cat if I get him, right? Thankfully, he turned out friendly. So nothing's guaranteed. I mean, anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. Josh Ash says, Joe Ash, sorry about that, says, video on master plan communities, please. You got it. The ones that are going on around Phoenix, we can do that. Pete Brown says, totally agree about the stress factor, Jeff. Can't wait until all this passes. Yeah, and I do believe this too shall pass, right? Like, you guys know where that comes from. So I always, anytime there's a stressful situation, I always believe this too shall pass. Sometimes it takes a couple years, sometimes it takes a couple months, but nothing's permanent. So never give up hope. And if you really want to see a cat get pretty hyper, you get one of these little things right here. Look, watch this. It's a laser. You got, look at that. He's like, what is this? He loves these lasers right here. So I got this laser. He's just, it's his big thing. He still hasn't figured out that it's me who does it. It's not that I'm teasing him. It's just a little thing for him to stay exercised. By the way, there is another video on my channel about prepping. If you guys want additional information about being prepared, there is that on there. So you guys can do that. But yeah, he'll be sleeping. But the second that he sees that thing, he's like, it's on. He's ready to get that ladybug or whatever he thinks it is. Oh, and it's really cool when it's like when you got the hallway, because he'll just rip. He'll rip, and then like his paws, he slides on the ground because he's trying to get it, and he'll like turn back around. He'll do like a full 180, like the Dukes of Hazzard or whatever those videos are where they drive those fast cars, where they turn around on a dime. That's him. Anyway, have a good day. Yeah, go Cardinals. That's I'm really looking forward to the NFL season kicking off and having this NBA come back and just all the sports. Just I'm right there with you guys. It's just I apologize that I have to make these videos because these things are happening. It's not that I want to talk about these kind of things. Bradley B says, great video the other day from Crown King to Prescott. Yeah, if you guys haven't already seen that off-road video, there's an off-road video that I just posted a couple days ago. So you guys may like that. See you guys on the next video.